Hey everyone, welcome to our second episode in our webinar series about customers speeding up their decision making across the 5 pillars of the digital customer journey. My name is Dylan Smith and I'm your host. And in this episode, it's all about one of my favorite topics, increasing conversions and customer acquisition. Now, getting more customers is the real name of the game here. You're creating engaging ads and compelling content, all with the goal of getting a customer to come to your site and purchase something or sign up for a product or really do anything else you want them to do. But different teams control different parts of that journey. For marketers, that often means losing sight of where people go once they get past a landing page. For product owners, it means lack of control over the number of people that start off in your funnel. It can be tough for teams to get on the same page and align towards a common goal of driving conversions from first ad all the way through to final purchase. And getting on the same page can delay decision making, causing missed opportunities. The process of getting customers all the way through to conversion is the second pillar of the customer journey. And the macro goal is to make it easier, not harder, of course, for customers to convert. But that big picture often gets lost when we focus on our own areas of the funnel. The problem really comes down to one of alignment, getting answers to why things like funnel drop-off are occurring and quantifying how many people are dropping off where. So to help illustrate this concept in action, I'd like to introduce Sarah Long from our customer success team. Sarah, would you join me? Hey, Sarah.
Hey, how's it going?
Going great, thanks. Sarah has a story that demonstrates how cross-functional teams use data to align on the big picture and take action over the areas that they own so they can keep that goal of customer conversion in sight. Sarah, would you share that with us?
Yeah, of course. So as we all know, in the digital world, releases are going live on a pretty consistent basis, whether it be, the homepage, PDP, checkout. Sometimes even these smallest changes, though, can have a pretty unintended impact. So for today, for this major retailer, one of their releases did have unintended consequences and specifically on their checkout experience. So you've taken all this time to acquire a customer, get them through the funnel, and they still can't check out. So let's put ourselves in their shoes. And as a customer, we've taken the time selecting the perfect sectional and dining room furniture, as a matter of fact, for our new home's open floor plan living space. From the fabric to the wood to the coloring. Us as a customer are absolutely in love and can't wait to place our order for it to arrive right when we move in. We get to checkout, we take all the time entering our personal details, select our payment method, click checkout, only to be presented with an error pop-up that says, well, this is embarrassing. As the customer, we're thinking to ourselves, yeah, in fact, that is quite embarrassing. I spent all this time. What am I going to do now? Should I see if other stores have the same or similar items? I can't really move into my new home without any furniture. I might, as a customer, take the time to check out again, try a different payment method. But for those customers who aren't willing to go the extra mile to solve your site's problem, their business is already gone. On the flip side, as the retailer, you're scrambling internally. You have no idea how many people this is impacting, what is the drop in conversion rate, and how to convince others to prioritize this issue. This is exactly what happened to this major retailer. One small change with massive implications. Historically, for this client, resolving an issue like this could have taken them days, if not weeks. But the bright side is with Quantimetric operationalized internally, they were able to quickly identify the issue and act on it. So within an hour, they understood that the error was causing over a 25% drop in conversion rate and had the potential to cost them tens of millions of dollars down the line. That same day, the issue had been prioritized and resolved, and their checkout experience was completely back in order. The customers were happy, the leadership was happy, and this is really the power that Quantimetric can provide, aligning teams internally and focusing on acquisition and conversion for customers.
Thanks for sharing that story. As someone who just moved and just had to do all that, a new sectional, a new dining room furniture, and all that kind of stuff, I can attest to how much research and how much work you do across a site in order to, before you finally make that end decision. And I think what that story
Exactly.
shows is how you as a company, you can get all of those things right in terms of helping someone like me find exactly what they're looking for, giving them all the options, all that kind of stuff. But one small thing can really throw a wrench into things. And it just shows how important it is for everybody to be on the same page so that when those wrenches hit, you're all together and you can tackle it quickly, just like they did in the story. Now, for those of you that are listening, there are more stories just like this one that we'll be sharing throughout this series of conversations. And you can always read more in the customer section of our website if you want to do some research on your own. If you'd like to learn more about how you can make faster decisions and take more decisive action to improve your acquisition and conversion experience, please visit our website at quantummetric.com and check out the product tours section of our website. In particular, there's one in there on funnel analysis that I recommend to you. You can see in there how the Quantum product helps teams address the kinds of challenges that were brought up in Sarah's story today. Well, thank you again for joining us. And Sarah, thank you for sharing that wonderful story with us. And please join us next episode when we'll be talking about how login issues harm customer loyalty. We'll see you next time.